Now, what comes to your mind when you think of Bali? Turquoise blue waters, scenic beaches, buzzing nightclubs, essentially the perfect tourist destination. Bali relies heavily on tourism. People visit the island from across the world. But what happens when these tourists become unruly? Bali is reeling from a number of shocking tourist scandals and has now issued a list of do's and don'ts. Our next report tells you all about this travel advisory. If you're traveling to Bali anytime soon, make sure to keep this in mind.
Tourist deported over a nude photo on sacred tree. German tourist strips naked at Bali temple performance. Bali tourist arrested after exposing genitals. For the island of gods, that is some ungodly behavior. Bali is known for its beaches and parties, but it looks like unruly tourists are its Achilles heel. From tourists dancing naked at temples to some even exposing themselves on public transport, the island nation is dealing with a lot of unruly tourists, and the Hindu-majority island is worried about this growing trend. So Bali has issued a new set of rules, a list of do's and don'ts for foreign tourists. The list may sound generic, like respect for sacred spaces in the country, politeness, complying with traffic rules, etc. But the don'ts is where Bali is putting its foot down. The list is long and specific. No trespassing on sacred land. No climbing sacred trees. No engaging in behavior that defiles sacred places. No use of single-use plastics. No uttering offensive words and acting aggressively towards others. And not engaging in work without proper permits. Bali relies heavily on tourism. The COVID-19 pandemic hit the island's economy heavily. So, Bali is trying to bring tourism back to the island. But at what cost? Income from foreigners is crucial, but what about Bali's culture? Its own sacred heritage and customs. What happens when tourists cannot respect that? That is the question Bali is grappling with right now. Authorities, however, seem to have had enough. Unruly tourists have become the norm, and the new advisory aims to curb this. They're also contemplating a bike ban. They plan to ban tourists and other foreigners renting motorbikes. So, if riding a bike through Bali's paddy fields was on your travel list, it could soon remain just a dream. But if you're heading to Bali anytime soon, remember two things: respect the rules and have fun.